The mighty doors to the dining room slide open, and the group enters the dining room. At the far end of a huge banquet table sits Darth Vader. Faster than the wink of an eye, Han draws his blaster and pops off a few shots directly at Vader. The Dark Lord quickly raises his hand, deflecting the bolts into one of the side walls, where they explode harmlessly. Just as quickly, Han's weapon zips into Vader's hand. So notice here how there's no mention of anything to do with the Force or any mechanism, which I find this answer to be, well, pretty lame, to be honest. Now, here's the novelization which explains it much better. "I'm sorry too," Han snapped. In that instant, he cleared his blaster from its holster, aimed it directly at the figure in black, and began to pump laser bolts Vader's way. But the man, who may have been the fastest draw in the galaxy, was not fast enough to surprise Vader. Before those bolts zipped halfway across the table, the Dark Lord had lifted a gauntlet-protected hand and effortlessly deflected them so they exploded against the wall in a harmless spray of flying white shards. Astounded by what he had seen, Han tried firing again. But before he could discharge another laser blast, something unseen yet incredibly strong yanked the weapon from his hand and sent it flying into Vader's grip. So right here we can see that there is no mention of the Force being used, except for when he snatches Han's blaster to his hand, of course. And this was the book that explained all of Yoda's metaphors with the Force during his training with Luke, so it was no problem to include any reference. Vader had mechanical limbs, not a single organic hand or foot was on his body, and this greatly diminished his abilities with the Force. It was for this reason he wore special gauntlets that could block blaster fire, deflecting it away from him. Now, how much of the Force he used in deflecting the blasts, we'll never know, as it's never explained.